If you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, 1/4 of $1, we passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get if you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, 1/4 of $1, we passed a law through the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says if you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice. Under our forfeiture statutes, you can, the government can, take everything you own, everything from your car to your house, your bank account, not merely what they confiscate in terms of the dollars from the transaction that you've just got caught engaging in. They can take everything. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society. They are in jail, away from my mother, your husband, our families. So I don't want to ask what made them do this. They must be taken off the street.
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Oh, God, I just had to put that in there, right? Imagine that. What's up, Blarney? Imagine that. This guy, his father's out there trying to pass all these laws and rules, none of which apply to his son. None. Nothing. Right? This guy just continuously smokes and does all kinds of drugs. Unfortunately, sadly, he's a drug addict. Which is nice, because when you want to blackmail somebody, that's a nice way to, to go. What's up? What's everybody doing out there? I think we got like 3 people on here. Yeah. Nice. Nice. So I wanted to do like a 70s show, and I also want to go through, depends upon who comes in tonight, but I wanted to go check out a couple of YouTube channels and see some of you guys. Brett wanted me to go show off his blowers last time, and I never got to it. We wound up getting involved in other stuff. And there's a couple others I wanted to check. Nighthawk, I wanted to go check out his channel, and a few other things. But I figured I would just run this video for a little bit and have some fun. This thing is a cool video. I think you guys are going to like it, and people come in and whatever, if they want to watch it from the beginning, they can just kind of back up, after the live is over. Let me cue it up. It's short. It's I don't know, 15 minutes or something. But, yeah, it's a time capsule, 70s time capsule. Hold on, let me cue it. We get it going here. Man, let's see where it is. Hold on, we gotta get to it. That's it. I love the music. Nice.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Oh, that's cool. Where were you?
At Kent State in Ohio, the guardsmen have fired 61 shots.
Love you never having to say you're sorry.
I'm gonna personally shoot that paper hanging son of a... I think on your head. Shame on you.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Yes. Houston, we've had a problem.
Yes, we got a problem.
The Beatles are breaking up.
You might just make it after all.
On April 30th, just 6 weeks after the coup against Sihanouk, American and South Vietnamese troops crossed Cambodia's eastern frontier.
In cooperation with the armed forces of South Vietnam, attacks are being launched this week to clean out major enemy sanctuaries on the Cambodian-Vietnam border.
Many U.S. colleges see the Nixon move as a red flag. They'd been demanding that the U.S. get out of Southeast Asia. At Kent State in Ohio, a campus that has known trouble before, the burning of the ROTC building prompts Ohio Governor James Rhodes to call out the National Guard. There is no question that the students are obscene and mocking to the guardsmen, and that rocks and many objects are thrown. But when the smoke clears, the guardsmen have fired 61 shots. 4 students, 2 of them bystanders, are dead. 9 are wounded.
You can't hear my audio?
2 members of the Chicago 7, Rennie Davis and Tom Hayden, have given the government until next April 30th to end the Vietnam War. If the deadline is not met, both Davis and Hayden say they will sign their own peace treaty with Hanoi and will lead a coalition of anti-war groups in a march on Washington.
Imagine that.
Oh, will anyone ever replace the Beatles for you?
No. It's just one Beatles group, that's it. There could never be another one.
Well, what is it about them?
We grew up with them.
The release of his solo album, McCartney, on April the 17th, 1970, made it official. The Beatles, the greatest pop group of all time, were no more.
Paul is dead. Turn me on, dead man.
That historians may one day view it.
Remember, the walrus is Paul.
In the decline of the British Empire. The Beatles are breaking up.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Oh, shut up.
Let it be. Let it be. Let it
Oh, here we go.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Yes. Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B bus undervolt.
Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by, 13. We're looking at it.
There it is. A mill pond sea. Calm as could be. There's the splash.
Theirs is the spirit that built America.
In 1903, when the Wright brothers flew at Kitty Hawk, who would have believed that by 1970, we'd launch an airplane that carries 500 passengers at 650 miles an hour. Boeing's jumbo jet is so successful that airlines are panting for them, and 94 are sold in the first year to 24 airlines. It's more than 2/3 of a football field, and it stands 5 stories high at the tail.
I remember flying in the mid-70s or whatever, and you had like real service and like real food, and you had leg room, and you could roam around, and you could smoke. I didn't smoke then, but, you know, now it's like you're like trapped in these things. It's just horrible. And, you know, then they got to like cavity search you for everything.
The women of America are marching, more of them in the East than anywhere else, marching for their rights and to mark the 50th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote.
Yeah.
That birthday of the vote.
Now we got these freak clowns marching all the time. And I'm not talking gay people. I'm talking men dressed as clown women and dressing and half naked and riding their bikes literally naked. And that's legal. They did it in New York. They did it at the Los Angeles baseball game where they had Satan Day. You know, come on. That makes this stuff look like nothing.
Comes shortly after the House of Representatives passes the Equal Rights Amendment with only 15 nays.
Safeguard's deodorant lather is so effective, it doesn't need heavy perfume.
You see all the babies? Wait, hold on.
Clean.
Marching for their rights and to mark the 50th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote.
Wasn't just the right to vote.
Comes shortly after the House of Representatives passes the equal...
There you go. Yeah, okay. What's with all the babies up there, right? This is the start of abortion. Like, it's like basically in your face saying, you know, we have the right to basically abort our children. Here's an idea. What if you didn't get pregnant in the first place? I don't know. When I was growing up, my parents put the fear of God in me, and they were like, if you get a woman pregnant, you got her pregnant for the next 20-something years of your life, which my daughter is 23. She's just leaving now, literally tonight. It's like another night of passage. I think the bed is leaving tonight. So for like the next 20-something years, no, you don't get to do that, right? So don't have sex, all right? There's an idea. Oh, well, you know, it's one thing if you got raped or something terrible like that, but, you know, I don't understand this. Where is your responsibility? It's like, oh, I can just do whatever the hell I want and just kill the children. So this is how it begins. You give an inch, and they continue to take and take and take, and it's just sickening.
Rights Amendment. With
let
only
me
15
see who
days.
else I can offend.
Safeguard's deodorant lather
No, I
is so
shouldn't be.
effective, it doesn't need heavy perfume.
Why, can you hear me, Blarney? Why am I having technical problems? I could be. I don't know. I shouldn't be. I don't know if you should be able to hear me. It's just I'm trying to yell over. It might be breaking up a little bit if I get too close.
Safeguard gives you naturally clean-smelling skin.
We smell so fresh.
What about me? I use a deodorant soap.
That's just it, Jeffrey. You smell like a deodorant soap. You know, it's a pleasure having someone in my cabin who smells so fresh and clean. You married?
Safeguard doesn't need heavy perfume to mask odor because it's so effective at removing the cause of perspiration odor.
Great. Good morning.
Good morning.
Look who it is. You guys know who that is?
Just the way a man should smell. Clean.
You see the faces? Look how young she is. Oh, my God. The two of them, I forget. One of them that's Laverne, right? And the other woman, I forget her name. But look at how young they are. I think they're both dead now. Isn't that crazy?
Just the way a man should
live
smell.
now.
Clean.
Safeguard's deodorant lather is so effective, it doesn't need heavy perfume. With Safeguard, you don't get the heavy smell of some deodorant soaps. You get naturally clean-smelling skin.
Oh, here we go.
Check this place out. See what the nurses are like.
That one, the sultry bitch with the fire in her eyes.
This is the story of two indispensable military surgeons. They had the army over a barrel. But did they take advantage of it? Yes.
I wonder how a degenerated person like that could have reached a position of responsibility in the Army Medical Corps.
He was drafted.
This isn't a hospital! It's an insane asylum!
Wow, look at how young.
Is there any chance that the plane would withstand the explosion?
The sudden decompression at 30,000 feet is something you gotta see to believe.
Now sit down and be quiet.
Oh, you hurt me. You hurt me.
Stop it. You're hysterical.
Oh, help me. Please, help me. Help me.
No! Personal property. You've got no right to take it over. Here. Stop. No! You stay where you are.
Guerrero, listen to me. You'll kill yourself for nothing if you explode that bomb.
For crisis authenticity, Airport has no equal.
Burt Lancaster, Dean Martin, Gene Seberg, Jacqueline Bissett, George Kennedy, Helen Hayes, Van Heflin, Maureen Stapleton, Barry Nelson, Lloyd Nolan, Donna Winter. Airport.
We're gonna crash.
I remember my parents actually taking me to see, they also took me to see like Earthquake and Sense Around, which was actually, that was pretty cool.
We're gonna be killed. I know we're all gonna be. Kelly! What the hell are you doing here?
Looking after the colonel, that's what.
Shoot him and let's get the hell out of here.
Shoot him, we don't get the gold.
What gold?
If you whisper.
Starring Telly Savalas.
One word about the gold to these guys. I'm gonna have you bounce from this
Hunter
outfit
on
so
crack.
fast your feet won't even touch the ground. Okay, Kelly.
Look at this.
What is it?
I want the intelligence report for this whole sector, and I need them in the next 2 hours.
That's nice. What's in it for me?
I got 3 Shermans outside.
His name's Oddball.
A Sherman can give you a very nice edge.
I thought you said 3 Shermans. Those nuts have brought half the army with them.
That's a good one. By the way, I keep seeing that come up on my suggested movie list, right, on YouTube. It's free, and you can check out Kelly's Heroes. I haven't watched it again in a while, but I should. I really should, because it'll probably be fun.
The incredible attack on Pearl Harbor, as told from both the United States and Japanese sides.
This is a good movie.
Why was one nation unprepared, while another was geared for war? The sun came up, the bombs came down, and the world came apart. For the first time, a motion picture tells what really happened at Pearl Harbor.
Is that a beautiful city, or is that a beautiful city?
I never saw this movie.
It's a beautiful city. George, they can't find the bag.
They lost our luggage.
Jack Lemmon and Sandy Dennis are the out-of-towners.
What's wrong? Put your hands up.
Oh, my God!
Listen to
You
her
mean
voice.
to tell me that I was mugged while I was sleeping? You're not telling me you didn't hold the room for me.
Man, move it.
Oh, my God, we're being kidnapped.
I'm a business executive from Ohio.
Oh my God, that's like how they used to talk.
Folks,
Look, I've got no place to sleep. I've got no money. I want to know what the city intends to do about this.
What we need now is hope and courage.
we don't surrender.
You hear that, New York? We don't quit. Now, how do you like that? You go ahead and you can rob me and starve me and break my teeth and my wife's ankles. I'm not leaving.
Break my wife's ankles. That was a good score. This is like the score of the decade.
From the most widely acclaimed new novel of the 1970s, Ali McGraw and Ryan O'Neal star in the #1 bestseller by Eric Siegel, Love Story.
I want you to remember
This is a good movie.
that no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die for his country.
This is Patton, a salute to a rebel, a man whom the New York Times described in an editorial 2 days after his death as a legend, spectacular, swaggering, pistol-packing, deeply religious and violently profane, a strange combination of fire and ice. George C. Scott as General Patton.
I didn't pick you.
Carl Malden as General Bradley.
I picked you. You're one of the best field commanders I've got, but you don't know when to shut up. George, you're a pain in the neck. Where you going, General?
Berlin! I'm going to personally shoot that paper-hanging son of
I will be proud to lead you wonderful guys into battle anytime, anywhere.
Well, we're all out of orange-flavored Tang.
Golly, the grape
I used to drink that crap.
too.
Listen, why don't I go to the earth and get some more?
Yeah?
I could trade them some rocks.
Rocks? For an instant breakfast drink with more vitamin C than orange juice?
Sure. I'll be right back.
What is vitamin C anyway?
Well, I'm back.
He got both orange and grape flavored Tang.
For a bag of rocks.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I wonder if there's intelligent life on that planet.
That's a good one. I should use that as a segue.
Yes, Mr. Grant, I will, but it does seem that you've been asking a lot of very personal questions that don't have a thing to do with my qualifications for this job.
Yeah, they still sell it, don't they?
You know what?
Don't they still sell Tang? I'll have to look it up. I bet you somebody's got an old bottle of it laying around. It's probably still good. It's just garbage, really. You know? Red says, what I wouldn't do to get a glass of that today, right? Tang. Yeah, good old Tang. You know? They do sell it? Wow. That's just crazy. We'll have to get some Tang. I'd like to get some Tang right now. Well, not right now. Not in front of you guys.
Got spunk.
Well,
I hate spunk.
She was a hottie. Running scenes.
Dan August.
Dan August.
A Quinn Martin production.
Remember that?
Starring.
Remember Hawaii Five-0 was a Quinn Martin production starring Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.
Burt Reynolds.
I don't remember this. A Can Tang. I kind of remember her a little bit. She's like naturally pretty. Oh, here we go.
You members of some flaky religious group?
No, sir. I'm here to represent the partridges.
The birds?
The family. We want you to listen to a recording made by our family. Honest, Mr. Kincaid.
I really could not stand those laugh tracks. They're just terrible.
We got a sound that'll knock your eyeballs out.
Oh, there she is. She slept with like everybody on all the casts. Yeah, this guy here, he became like ridiculously wealthy. Huge presence in New York. Danny Thomas. Yeah, right, Lego blocks. Yeah, and so Brett says that must look like it was built out of Lego blocks. Yeah, it probably was. What is that, Pacific Coast Highway? Looks familiar. It doesn't taste like it. Keep it clean, Arch. My virgin eyes. yeah, keep it clean. Well, this is the wholesome show, right? You know, especially tonight. This is all these shows, by the way. They're all fairly like by today's standards, they're benign.
Arnie!
I don't think I ever saw this show. Yeah, the color scheme. That's the oldest trick in the book. Flip Wilson.
The Flip Wilson Show. Won't you welcome, please, Miss Geraldine Jones? honey.
This was a cool show.
This man has a singular advantage over other men. Ben Richards is immune to every known disease, including old age. Periodic transfusions of his blood can give other men a second, a third lifetime, perhaps more.
Find Ben Richards.
The effects of a transfusion are only temporary. I must therefore control Ben Richards' life permanently.
Such dramatic music. I don't remember this either. This is like... This is a law... The young lawyers, like this is like, you know, predates all the stuff that came later. You know, like Ironsides and all stuff like that. This was around sometime after that. But like Law and Order... Like, they've been trying to do, you know, a decent law show for a long time. This one I don't think I remember. Courtroom drama. Oh, here we go. Night Gallery. That I don't remember. Was that June London or something? This guy I don't remember at all. It looks like the same guy from that other show. How about this one? I forget this guy's name, right? He was like real popular, good-looking guy for a while. And like the last show I saw him with I saw an old episode of Bronson, like where they're like the two of them are like hit guys, and he like, you know, like cuddles up to Bronson, and then he tries to steal Bronson's, you know, gig, and they set each other up. And at the end, they both die because they set each other up and because they kind of figured out what was going on. I forget. It wasn't the Mechanic. Maybe it was the Mechanic. It was one of those old Bronson tunes shows, and this guy was in it. And I don't know what happened to him. I think he probably offed himself with like cocaine and drugs and everything. That's what happens to a lot of them. But he was pretty popular. Yeah, right? Walmart. Oh, wait till you see this. The Over the Hill Gang. Crazy women! Don't go to this town. Wild women. That's awesome. Whoa, oh, it is. Oh, that's a spooky place. Don't go there. Watch what they're going to do to this lady. They're burying her in rocks alive. This is all the crazy women shows of the 70s, you know? Oh, this is gross. This is a commercial. Yuck. She's going to use it.
Do you really want her to use that, Les?
No.
Put a Dixie cup dispenser in your bathroom.
I remember those.
You'll feel better.
Yeah, my mother put one in. Probably saw this commercial, and she's like,
It's a rehearsal
honey.
Going on.
Oh, here we go. He's the
One thing
hottie.
a performer really needs is rehearsal. The other is white teeth. How about you? If you need white teeth, why don't you try Pepsodent?
Right, Mary. Pepsodent gets teeth their whitest, with the lowest abrasion of all leading toothpastes.
Teeth that need to be white need Pepsodent. Why don't you try it?
Yeah, so you can get paid. Oh, here we go. As he says, Barney says, hold on.
They have been a superb
I need my glasses. Barney says, I remember seeing all these movies Yeah, and the Towering Inferno. Yeah, my parents took me to that. It's like, you'd think that I would be like, totally freaked out from all these things, but they were movies, Yeah, Towering. I also saw the Poseidon Adventure, right? That one was a good one too.
All year, and they're just moving it around. Frazier has it. To Busher. To Frazier. Beautiful teamwork.
Yeah, Toro. Yeah, you were young. Yeah, Toro. Hey, I got a couple out in the yard.
For Mike Cuellar, after a rough start, the series comes down to one more out. The pinch hitter is Pat Corrali, and poetic justice directs this routine grounder to the right man. Sweet bird of ecstasy. The year-long run for redemption is over.
Muhammad, I think
here we go.
now we should establish what those 8 exhibition rounds established for you in your mind in terms of your ability to come back.
Well, as you know, I only had a 10.
Yeah, totally. Let's see, Toro. What about Honda? Brett says. Yeah, I like Hondas too. And Delany says Jack Levin was great. Yeah, I guess didn't he pass away too? I can't remember. I can't keep up. A lot of people left us last year and the year before.
They noticed for that exhibition.
I used to watch this guy all the time.
Impossible to get in shape, but all I could do was really do a lot of running and road work.
Welcome to ABC's Monday Night
Dragnet.
National Football League television series.
47 seconds to play. The Browns lead 24-21. Before more than 85.
What a funky music.
Ido almost gets Namath. The pass is intercepted. It is intercepted by number 52, Billy Andrews. Touchdown. Here's a depressed Joe Namath.
Why am I losing my...
Ever feel plain lousy? Now you can drop these in water and wait, or you could take a bromo seltzer.
Oh, yeah. He was good.
You see, bromo's in there right now, going to work, while these are still fizzing. And when you hurt, even a little bit, time counts. So why wait? Take a bromo when you don't have the time to feel bad.
Cup of coffee, Crystal. Hey, Leo, how are you?
Boy, do we Americans love coffee. There's just one thing about coffee, though. Sometimes
Just the
it's
facts,
bitter.
man.
So a lot of people drink
That was Columbo.
coffee. We take out a lot of the bitterness.
A different
when we
guy.
Take out the caffeine.
You're gonna like that, Leo.
Sanka gives you a less bitter cup of real coffee. And if it's less bitter, it's better.
I remember my mother bringing Sanka home. It was kind of gross. Oh, I'm gonna get so many hits on YouTube. She was kind of a hottie. Here we go. Copyright strikes coming up.
Falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too
DJ Thomas, another cokehead.
I think I love you, isn't that what life is made of? Though it worries me to say, I never felt this way. Since you've been gone,
Yeah. That was a good song. And she was great too, Karen Carpenter. What a shame. Oh, here we go. That was a good tune. That was still a good tune. Yeah, she did. Yeah, it's a shame. They got so weird.
Here can put you on the right track about train travel these days.
Oh, Amtrak.
It's more convenient because you can
No,
take the bus every
the bus.
hour or so. We don't have the train in Maine. The train doesn't go to all the places I want to go to. It costs a lot less to go by bus.
The bus gets me here much faster than a train.
Take it from people who know.
Where's his face all red?
Cool Whip?
Thank you.
Red.
Just a small piece, please. A little smaller than that. Half of that. A little less. That's fine.
That's like a sliver.
Fine.
Ew.
Because non-dairy Cool Whip has
That's
all the good
disgusting.
old-fashioned taste with
That
lots
stuff
less
is
calories
so
than whipped
bad
cream
for
have to
you.
make. And because it's a topping that comes already whipped and is so easy to use, some people like a little pie with their Cool Whip.
That is so gross.
I told you, I'm not a witch
Oh,
at all.
Yes, you are. You're a witch lady. It's the Brett says, yeah, love her voice. She died way too young. My buddy from church loves Karen Carpenter to death. Can't blame him a bit. Yeah. Wow, that's a what? A big star explosion? What does that mean, Warren? Robert says, Quincy, me, let's not forget Emergency Adam 12. Yeah, one Adam 12. See the man. Archie Bunker. See the man. Yeah, this just kind of covers, you can't put everything on there because it would be all night. But I figured this is kind of cool just to take a walk through the 70s.
Witches are old and ugly. What was that?
The Munchkins. They're laughing because I am a witch. I'm Glinda, the witch of the north.
Glinda?
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, so long as you both shall live.
I don't remember this.
I will.
You know what they say about wedding ring? Oh yeah, Hendrix. They say it's what is it? It's the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the supper ring, right? Yeah, Hendrix. Oh, here we go. The 27 Club.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm the teacher.
Teacher? You're the teacher, and I'm the truant officer.
Let's laugh.
All aboard for night train.
Oh, is that Sonny Liston? Strawberry Letter 23. Book him, Dano.
Atlanta, Georgia.
That guy was serious. Another good song. That was another shame.
The Green Bay Packers have won 5 world championships in the last 8 years. Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing.
That's right.
What the hell's going on out here?
I'll tell you something, Leroy. You're not going to get your job back unless we get a better performance.
The men who wanted to stay, they're still here. And let me tell you this, Green Bay is a great town for football.
Yeah.
Is this the American dream?
Curlers on your head. Shame on
I remember Dippity Doo.
Curlers in your bed. Shame on you. Curlers in the store. Shame on you. Curlers at the door. Shame on you. Curlers. Shame on you.
With the
That was a good broom.
Cedar broom. See O'Cedar's amazing bristles? 10,000 feather-like tips interlock to catch the dirt and dust most brooms miss. Get one soon.
That's like I remember that. I actually have one. Like I think I have 2 of them, but they're not. They're probably not O'Cedar's. There's some Chinese knockoff. But that was like a broom revelation. A total new innovation in broom technology.
You ever hear of No Drip Good Humor ice cream?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
real creamy tasting ice cream. Only Good Humor's No Drip.
Oh, fuck,
Made
now
a
I'm
special
hungry.
way so it melts slow, drips less, lasts longer, more licks to the stick. Try No Drip Good Humor, rookie.
Wash your hands hands, Roger.
He was funny.
Wash your hands, Roger. Wash your hands, Roger. Wash your hands, Roger.
Yeah, wash your hands, Roger. Your mom got you something special. Lava.
We asked Alan Chin what he thought of the taste of Listerine.
Oh, very terrible. I use it twice a day. I know. Listerine tastes lousy. But one taste and you know it's
Nice.
Hey, let's play ball. In the house?
When did you get that? When did you get your lawn boy? Is it on there right now? I wanted to cruise past your channel in a little bit, plus a few other people. We're going to take a look at Robert's channel.
They're Nerf balls.
And then later mine, we're going to make fun of it.
I haven't heard anything.
I had Nerf
Hey,
balls.
So where did you get these Nerf balls from? From Kool-Aid, free. You send in the top of 20 packs of regular Kool-Aid or 10 packs of sugar-sweetened Kool-Aid and get a free Nerf ball.
A Nerf's a Nerf.
What are you giving your wife for Christmas? Something nice? Something as extra special as she is? United Airlines suggests you give your wife Hawaii for Christmas. You can go any time of the year. Think of it. You and your wife in Hawaii. It just might make a new woman out of her. Might even make a new man out of you.
Uh-oh.
See your travel agent about United's special Hawaii tours.
That was cool. Let's go that. Hold on. Let me bring it over here. That was cool. That was cool. I just wanted to run that for a bit. Hold on, let me close it out so I can do the next thing. Let me recycle some stuff here. I gotta move this mic up a little bit. So I made this mic thing, this mic stand. It was one of those magnifying glass things, and that burned out with the great overload of like 5 years ago, whatever it was, when I kept telling the power company, I'm like, when are you guys going to replace that power transformer outside the pole that keeps flashing red and orange and yellow? And they didn't care. And finally, one summer day, you know, it was just summertime, everybody's got their ACs on and everything, and it blew up. And it stuff was on fire in here. It blew out a lot of crap that I have laying around here. And even after that, it took a while for things to blow. And one of them, I think I was using it. And so it blew out. I couldn't fix it. There was really nothing to fix. So I had this arm laying around, and I was like, well, you could probably see some of it. So I had this arm laying around, and I'm like, you know, I really need something to hold up a mic, because usually it's on the camera, it's a little too far, and I like it better over here. It's easier to just bring it in closer. I don't have to overgain it. It's not really the correct microphone for something like this. This is really a shotgun mic, and it's supposed to be further away. So, but it works well. It's the only good microphone I have, because I sold all the other ones because I didn't have any money. So I was like, I just sprayed this thing black. It took me like almost half the day to find the one little piece over here that mounts to the table. And I made up some fittings for it, modified the end, you know, just cut it. It's like a metal piece that goes in. It's like a barrel. And it went down and around, and it held up the whole light head and magnifying glass assembly. So I just cut the piece off, drilled it, tapped it for 1/4-20, because most of the stuff for cameras is 1/4-20. And yeah, set it up. So that's kind of cool, and you can articulate it in any direction. It's nice because I can just move it out of the way, or bring it closer. You can also put it down low, but I have too many things I like to keep on my table. So anyway, I thought, let's see. Robert says, any one of my dryers is a 70. Really? Yeah, we're going to go check that out. Yes, the second vid I posted after I started my channel. Really? It goes back that far, Brett? Yeah, because I have an old lawn boy, too. Brett says, love the flashbacks. Robert says, he goes, hello, Shop Talk with Brett. So let's see. Let me refresh this. So I kind of get updated a little bit. A lot of lag starts to come up, and sites and everything. I think some of that you might notice sometimes that I may be saying something and it seems like it's out of sync, and it could be. That's a possibility. There's lag involved. I can actually set a delay. you can physically set a delay on your broadcast in case you're going to be saying things that you want to beep out. Let's see. Let me set up. Another thing, too, I wanted to show you, fellas, is... Let me move this here. Is something I noticed, which is really weird. And it's not really pertinent to anything, but... let me show you what I'm talking about. I think you can see it. So this is my channel. And... So this is just a graph. It's one of the it's one of the tools you can use. It's called TubeBuddy, and you can use it to analyze views or whatever. It's just another tool that you can use. But what I find weird is this. So right now it just dumped down to nothing. It will do that because it's getting data through I forget what they call it, an APL or something. It's a feed, like an RHS feed or something. It's getting a feed, and it usually gets it from, I think, YouTube itself, but it's not always like totally in sync. So it's down to nothing right now for today, but it's not today. So it'll get weird, but it is accurate once it sort of re-uploads its data and syncs it. So just to kind of go down the list a little bit. So here's Ken Small Engines, right? So the blue line is me, the red line is him. And if you notice, right, the lines almost follow completely. The peaks are in the same places. The valleys are very similar, right? That's over here on the right-hand side. And I'm just going to kind of cruise through real quick as I find the fellas that I want to show. So you want somebody, so in measuring this, you want to find somebody that's relatively close to your stats, because if you're, like in my case, I'm a small channel, so if I pick somebody that's extremely popular, I'll just be like a non-existent blue line at the bottom, so it won't show what I want to show. So let me go down the list a little bit. Like here, Diesel Creek, right? I'm just going to be like a non-existent, blue line on it because he's so huge. Let's see. Here's Jungle Bob, right? Look, notice the peaks and everything. Why is it? It follows the troughs, which I think is odd. Here's Tom Dolby, right? Shout out to Tom Dolby, right? Similar, right? Follows the kind of... I mean, it's going to be a little different because people post on different days or whatever. And here's James Condon, which he's huge. So he's like really huge now. He totally blew up. See, I'm just a dumb blue line on the bottom compared to him, right? Here's Brett. We'll stick on Brett for a minute. And here's Brett, and then here's Lewis, right? Lewis mowers and stuff. So notice how Lewis fits. Although there's one that's inverted, but a lot of them are very much the same. Let's go back to Brett since we're going to go. And here's Doc. I want to say a shout out to Doc. We'll come back to him too, maybe in a minute. So by the way, he's got some nice stuff up. He's been posting a lot of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Another one. So many of them. Here's Mater's Workshop. That you can't see because that's too far apart. But I think you guys get his Bleach. Where's Bleach? Here's Bleach. Shout out to him. See, yeah, that's too different. All right, let me go back up to Brett. Where were you again? I have to come back down because now I don't know where I am. Tom Dolby. Didn't I just see it? Yeah, here it is. All right, so what I wanted to mention, though... Hold on. Let me come back into the picture. What I wanted to mention, though, is if you notice, right, they follow for the most part. I mean, there is going to be some differences. You might be thinking, well, Arch, it's the same kind of, like, genre, right? We're all doing something similar. Okay. Yeah, I thought that at first. And then I have some new channels from different types of content, totally different. And some people that I have found, and I put on my list of, 500 and something people. And I just happen to, you click on them to go check out what's on their page, and I happen to glance over at that graph as well, and they're about the same right now. They'll probably be bigger than me soon, but they're close enough to where the graph can have resolution and you can see the waveform. And it's like the same. And which is, I just find that weird. Who are you talking to, Robert? What is the name of your channel? I tried to look for it. Who? Which one? Brett? Who? Robert Ellis says, do you have a YouTube channel, Brett? Yes, I just showed that one to you. Yeah, it's Shop Talk with Brett. We're on it right now. Yeah, look at what I'm looking at. This is his channel, right? Can I put the link in? Hold on. I should be able to put the link in. Yeah, there you go. Click on that. So, I just find it odd, right? Because I've been studying a lot, especially the past couple of weeks. I've been studying a lot on YouTube. And, I want to see if I can up my channel this coming year. And so I've been up to like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and just, kind of like going through stuff. I've never heard anybody talk about this. They talk about all kinds of other things about YouTube and how to make your channel better and shit. But, let me take this off for a second. It'll give me a break. Because I got to put it back on in a minute. I just find it weird. I don't know what it means, but it seems like you would think that YouTube would show people in a particular genre and it would show them in some way, right? But somebody in a completely different genre, why would that have a similar curve to it? And it does, though. It has a similar curve, and I don't know why that is. And so maybe you guys might want to think about that and let it stick in your craw. It could just be that what YouTube might be doing is it might pick a day, and it's going to promote all kinds of channels on that particular day. And that's why you see these, like, spikes. Because it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with, like, for me, the day that I release a video. I think it's more a day that when people seem to find the video. And it's probably because YouTube is pushing all kinds of videos out. And it might be because there are these troughs, like these really huge drop-offs where there's almost no views. And it could be that is a day where YouTube has decided to not push any videos and just let everything that's basically up on deck get watched. Because at some point they can't just keep pushing videos. You need to give people a chance to watch them, right? So that's the only thing I can make of it, is maybe that's what it is. So I just don't know. It's so bizarre. When you study stuff on how to make a better YouTube channel and what, with regards to like the algorithm and everything, I don't think people really know. Because I've even seen some interviews with people that actually have worked or do work for YouTube, and they're not allowed to tell you too much, but they can hint. They can hint it because YouTube itself has put out information on how to be a better YouTuber and get better reach and do all these kinds of things. And I've read all of that, and I've seen some of their little videos that they put out. So I don't know what to make of any of that data, but I do look through the data, and I'm trying to figure out, like, well, how do you make a better YouTube channel? Well, it's a big question for me because I'd like to see if there's any way that I could up my game for this coming season. Well, obviously, one way is to make better videos, but that's not enough because you need to have really good thumbnails and better titles. So that's what I've been focusing on. Cool beans there, young man. Yeah. He thinks he's so old. Robert thinks he's old. Okay. He thinks he's so old, so mature. You're not that old, Robert. You're like a couple years older than me, so shush. He's like a young man. I know, people call me young man. I'm like, well, how old are you? I'm not a young man. Let me see. Let me go click over to the monitor. All right. So you should be able to see that. I'm old and ugly, he says. So this is Brett. So Robert, we're on Brett's channel. Okay, see it? You should be able to see that. And let's go peek at his dryers. So here's one, Excel hand dryer. Let me make sure the audio should be up. How old is this one? Let me make sure that the audio's going to work. Why can't I hear it? I'm not hearing it now. Hold on. It should hear it now. Now I don't hear it. You guys aren't hearing it either, I bet. Hold on. It was just working. There's always technical problems. We'll sort this out. Isn't that weird? Yeah, hold on. Now I hear something. There's the box. Oh, there is no audio. Look at that, it's all polished. So this is the one that they took to people to show it off, right? It's a sales demo. Hold on, I'm gonna stuff my face while This is like the total mint vintage, you know? Oh, yeah. Timer works. You see, he's got another one. Go back. Yeah, look at this one. This was 6 months ago. Vintage Model S hand dryer bench test 76C. This one looks cool. I like the both of them. Oh, cool. Oh my God, it pulls 20 amps. That's a lot. Kick back. He's a little guy. Oh, check out the quick fireworks thing in a minute. This one looks dirty. Yeah, really. I was only 2.2 amps. Did you guys see that? Let me see. Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna pause it. It's coming close. Yeah, 115 volts. This one's only 2.2 amps. I could have sworn the other one. I'm gonna go back to the other one. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I read it wrong. Yeah, let's go back. I want to see that other one. That was this one. This one's a big one. And he gets us in close. There we go. This is the Excel. Yeah, look at that. 20 amps. Wow. What's up with that? Oh, that's motor amps? So this one's actually giving you total amps. Okay, yeah, look, says 2 amp motor listed. I see it. That's including. All right, so because I would think that they would all pull like at least something like that because it's a big heater in there. That's a big Bissell. Right, I love these turbo nozzles. Right, this stuff is the good stuff.
fight oil change anxiety by never needing to book an appointment.
Let's see, is it loud enough? Should be. I'm going to bring it up.
YouTube.
Bring the volume up a little bit.
Brett here from Shop Talk with Brett. We're going to have another episode of Shop Talk with Brett. No, we don't have an unboxing. I've already unboxed it. But we have yet another accessory for Homer, the Simpson pressure washer.
For his Homer.
You have been doing videos on the last couple times. And this is my first time ever messing with one of these. Feast your eyes. Da-da-da-da. 3600 PSI max, Simpson, catalog number 80143, turbo nozzle.
Oh, I'm going to let that run. I got to go pee.
Number 3 orifice, which is the proper one for my machine, which is a 2.5 gallon per minute at 3400 PSI. Max PSI on this guy is 3600. The insert, I believe, in this is ceramic. It seems like it's well made. And picked this up from Amazon. And here in a few minutes, we're going to try it out for a test run and see what it can do. Stay with us. Okay, we've got the Simpson all fired up right now and bled. What we're going to do is we're going to compare the turbo nozzle to your ordinary 15-degree spray tip. So here's your stock 15-degree spray tip. As you can see, that's pretty aggressive. Kind of does good on the edges there.
Oh, the noisy chair. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see the turbo do its thing. There we go. Listen to that.
Let's try it on something a little bit more stubborn here.
Yeah, that works good. Yeah, we'll go back to the other one. You say, what is the one you wanted to show? I thought 1, 2, 3. The air dryer. Carpet extractor. We saw that one last time. Mystery box. What was the one? Hold on, let me come back. Pretty much that's what I use is that turbo nozzle. I do use the other end fittings. I use the white one for bags a lot of times because the turbo nozzle just will destroy a bag and it gets all weird. It's after the extractor. Extractor. Let me oh wait, here it is. Yeah, boy. Let's see, what is let's see, Rob says, hope your boulder feels better now, Arch. Remember 1 in 3 shakes and you're playing with yourself. That's right. That's right. That's right.
This is a real B&H customer story.
Okay, we checked all 4 systems, and keying was a go.
3
B&H,
shakes.
we help folks find the products they need. Isn't that right, Irving?
Yes, definitely.
Hi, Irving. Whoa. Oh, yeah. It's red hot in here. That's a nice piece. Yeah, that is very nice. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's really my true love. Ooh, this kind of shit. Hold on, let me come back. That's some vintage stuff. See that engine? I love engines. I miss my car. That's why I don't talk about it. It's too painful. Life sucks sometimes, you know, the things you have to sacrifice. And nobody cares, right? My daughter doesn't care. Yeah, I think this is like I think her bed is gone, so that's it. She's not going to be sleeping here anymore. It's so sad. What was that that just went up in the air over here? Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I pretty much use the turbo nozzle for like just about everything. It just is so much easier. Let's see, Brett says, looks like a bathroom scale or old lawn boy shroud. Let me see the lawn boy. See if I can find the lawn boy on your channel. Let me look. Let me go back. Let's see. We got to find that. Where the hell was that? Let's see. Let's go through videos. Let me bring you in. Yeah, the turbo nozzle is the best. Although you got to be careful with it. Let's see. Here's the Varia Works. We'll come back to that. Let's see if I can find the old lawn boy. I'm going to take a... Oh, here it is. Oh, wow.
Hello again, YouTubers. Shop Guy here again. Today we're going to show you a little something that I had buried out in my shed, and I had redone it several years ago. Before you see a 1970 Lawn Boy Model 3003 18-inch cut.
Wow.
18. I acquired this mower several years ago, and I repainted it. Got her running real good. I really don't cut any grass with that because I'd rather keep it as a showpiece.
Yeah.
Still a little bit of a walk around. As you can see, the yellow coating on that.
Oh, it's yellow, yeah.
If you guys have a lawn boy like this and you're looking to restore it, if you have this particular buttercup yellow, the dead color match that I found was in Krylon. It was the number 1808 Maize. Story about it was when I went to repaint this one, I took part of the mower with me into Walmart.
Oh, check it out.
Namely the gas tank, which was the part when I first got the mower that had the most paint on it, that wasn't too badly damaged. Ironically, usually it's the gas tank or the deck that get most damage.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. What's with the wheels?
But I took
Hold
it
on,
in there and I found the paint and I see.
All right, so what's with the wheels? So you got a big green wheel in the back and something else in the front. This one here. Is that original or is that some kind of a replacement? I mean, they look similar. Obviously, it's weird. So fill me in on that.
Seen color that was a dead on, and here was the Krylon 1808 Maize. It was a dead match for that.
Yeah, okay.
So I masked off the logos as best I could and primed and painted everything, and there's what we got. Front wheels I don't think are the originals.
Oh, here we go.
See if we can get a zoom of the
oh, yeah, good camera work, Brett.
plate back there.
Not like these days. That's what I want to show you fellas later. How good my camera work was back in the day. Nice.
Couple little scuffs there, no big deal. You'll have that.
She's in good shape.
Pretty lightweight little mower.
Oh, God, yeah.
Let's fire it up.
Yes, please.
All right, I'm going to go.
Oh, cool building. What building is that? Look at that. Look at that building, fellas.
Let's fire it up.
All right, here we go. Pulls easy. Watch your feet. Oh, wow. That sounds good. That's that sound. Cut some grass. What RPM is that? Brett, what RPM do you think that is? Like, what are they? I don't even remember. What were they supposed to be set to? Hey, Bleach. I don't know. We're gonna check it. Hold on. We're gonna check you out a little bit. We're checking out some Brett's stuff. Check out this old Lawn Boy. Yeah, what are you supposed to set a Lawn Boy to? Like, what is the RPM for something like that? I don't remember anymore. Yeah, you think? Here we go. Yeah, we'll fool around. Oh, look, it's the exhaust is actually the what do they call it? The discharge chute is actually working, because usually there's like a cover over that little chute in the front, but this one's actually working.
Not bad for a mint that has never really had anything done except carb work on it. But, yeah, he runs good. And we're going to shut her down now. And we'll go from there. And there she is. Model 3003 Lawn Boy, 18-inch cut, circa 1970. Feel free to comment, and thanks for watching. Shop Guy out.
All right, we're going to check out one more. He wants us to check, actually two more. I wanted to just, a quickie. We'll go through. Hold on, Bleach. Let's see. Bleach says, and so Brett says it's like 3,400 RPM. That probably is about right. You know, I mean, because it has more to do with the blade speed for the most part. It's the blade speed. I think is you can't exceed this you know, the proper operating speed for a blade, so it really doesn't matter what engine you put on. Well, let me turn my ISO down a little bit. That's a little bit better. It's making me look even more pale than I am. So Bleach says, I think weed is giving me a blues. I feel a bit down. And the next day, yeah, be careful, because it'll do that, right? Anytime you do anything like that. That's why I stopped doing all that stuff, because it's just not worth it. You know, it's the devil's, you know, brew. You know, people say no, but you know what? Anything in moderation. But humans don't do things in moderation. You know, that's the problem with humans. Like because I'm terrible. You know, moderation. What's that? So sometimes I'm like, I just need to not do because I don't understand moderation. Let's see. That's the I'm not watching that now. That one I missed this one 3 years ago. That's the new Honda review. You got a couple of those on there. That's good stuff. Yeah, that is good stuff. This is she's singing here. Let's see. Copyright strike. Why not? Since Bleach, you missed the whole beginning to walk through the 70s. That was fun. You might want to go back and rewatch that. I thought it was fun. It's just something, to hang out movie night, with Arch in Arch's garage. It's just weird stuff I like to put up, because that's just, I'm weird. Let's see. I haven't heard of the Melissa Manchester song in forever. Let's see how she does. Chase the kids around. That's like, some people have natural talent. That's just all there is to it. That's where it comes from, The score of the music is beautiful, too. I mean, they wrote, sometimes they used to write good songs, I don't know what happened to these days, but it's crazy. I want to see the fireworks real quick. Let me catch up. Brett says, the Bleach says, maybe I should stop, but moderate it. Love the 70s, yeah. Had a hard time filming this because it's about having you crying. Yeah, right? In tears. Bleach says, good boys. Red says, she sang really good even back when we were in school together. High school? Like junior high school? Robert says, magnesium is the green flame metal when it's on fire. Yeah, I think so. It definitely has magnesium adds that colored, deep colors to flame. It burns real hot. You can't. True magnesium, if you set it on fire, it will not go out. You ain't putting it out. Let's see. Brett says, I'll have to tell Shelly she got the Arches Garage approval. Yes, do tell her. Bleach says, I play the air trumpet when I'm on the weed. It says, yes. Yeah, it's jazz, because it's a kind of a jazz. It's not really jazz. It's like a contemporary kind of a jazz love song, ballad, really. Let me check out the fireworks real quick. Just get a little Toronto 2023. So this is what he was telling me about. Yeah, it's pretty. We used to have this like right in my backyard because they used to do it over the lake in a cemetery. Of course, they stopped. Wow, that's cute. That's cool. Got to switch views? Did I? Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks. I'm just getting mesmerized. Hold on. I got mesmerized. I'm tired tonight. So I'm slacking. Slacking, fellas. I'm slacking. Look how beautiful. What does that cost? I know. That's a serious piece of equipment, the iPhone 14. And you have the Pro Max. Especially for you, Brett, because you do the YouTube stuff. So, like, it's like the only piece of equipment you need, you know, like between the phone and the camera and everything else it does. Yeah, it's nice. Let's see, let me scroll through a little bit. Like, I just went on forever. Oh, that was cool. Let's see that again. Yeah, that was cool. Look at the colors on this. Yeah, you had a long show. Wow. That's cool. I know. I know, you can see the smoke. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute, Bleach. That's a good one. Let's see if we can get... I want to get to the finale. Where is it? This is cool. Look at the screen. Oh, look at the blues. Whoa. That was cool. 2 different colors. It did it again. That's nice. Oh, that was like a dud. let's see. Where's the finale? We'll cruise through a little bit. Yeah. Well, now you got me excited. That's kind of neat. Yeah, that's kooky. Nice blue. All right, I'm cruising through a little bit further. All right, here we go. Oh, nice. On shore. Pull out, yeah, pull out with the camera a little bit because it's impressive. Good, Bleach, good. Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. As much as I like the, look at all that. Look at all that smoke and... That's kind of neat. That's creepy. That's cool. Let's see, let me come back. As much as I like a finale, I actually prefer just the slower pace of the nice bouquets and stuff because you can kind of take it in a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of overwhelming almost to get to the point where you have this big finale and there's just so much going on and it happens so quick and you sort of like the slower... just kind of like I say, you can kind of take it in a little bit more. I do like finales. What did Bleach ask me? Let's see. Arch, do you believe in the many words theory, like different Earths based on different decisions we make in life? I guess it depends on what you mean by that, right? So, in some examples, well, you sort of get into like the quantum possibilities, right? And quantum physics essentially says that when you look at something, you influence its state because there is no solid, and there's not everything. Things are not. They are both vibrational and they are also particle, and they are determined by essentially a manifestation. So when you look at something, you change its state effectively. And the spiritual world will tell you that, depending on which side of the spiritual world you're on, will tell you that you can manifest something by your will effectively, which is partially true. You can, if you want something hard enough, like success or money or a thing or an object or love, like you'll find your way to it. And one of the ways you manifest it is by, like, you'll manifest negative energy by thinking negative and doing bad things and being around negative people. And the converse is true. So the inverse is true. Brett says, Rob has a Simpson video he wants us to see. What parallel universe Earth's different, right? Different Earths. Well, that could be, that's possible. There could be infinite numbers of those things. And in alternate realities, right, that are just outside of ours. And it's possible. So, but what's more likely is that scientists have already figured out that there are different dimensions. And is it that there are another version of us or this thing here in a different dimension, or is it just that they're different dimensions? So they've already determined that there are at least, I think, 5 or 6 or something dimensions, and they think there may even be as much as 12. And because there's certain things that suggest that there are a number of dimensions already, and you'd have to actually ask the quantum physics scientists about that, because I don't know their definitions for that. But as far as like a parallel universe, I mean, it could be. I mean, anything is possible. It's infinitely possible. But that wouldn't be a practical thing. It wouldn't necessarily be a practical thing to have something like that, like for something to occur in that way. So there could be a timeline. Like if you want to talk about, like a lot of people say that since CERN and other things have come into play, that you get the Mandela effect. And what I remember of Mandela is that he was not a nice person, and he was arrested for a reason, and he died. Okay, and his wife was one of the people that invented or utilized necklacing. And one of the things that she used to do was literally take tires and throw them around opponents around their necks and light them on fire, or had people do that. This was not a nice person. And there were a number of other things, too, that people my age remember that is not how it is now. And so this is the Mandela effect. So what happens from that? Well, have we time shifted into a slightly different universe, effectively, where it mimics this one, but it's just a little bit different? It's very possible, because I can tell you that the amount of I study politics and the social things that are going on in the world, along with a lot of other stuff, since I was very young. And I can definitely tell you that there's been a very significant change in the state of social affairs and endeavors. Satanism is extremely popular today. In fact, I would actually go out on a limb to say that anybody that's a secularist is a Satanist at this point. That's how bad it's gotten. And I've seen things that are so different that I can't imagine how they would change this much that quickly. It's almost as if I woke up in a different place. And that is very possible, right? Yes, I remember him passing away. And the reports from the general media was that this was not a nice person. And I was very surprised to see him not only alive, but winning all these awards. But then again, the awards that he was winning, I wasn't surprised either, because when Obama got elected, he won the Peace Prize. And then the man was one of the most brutal bomb droppers. I think he's dropped more bombs and killed more people, especially innocent civilians, through these UAV attacks and everything, drone attacks. I mean, we live in a upside down world, which is why I say it's mostly Satanist. Not to mention all the Satanists that are out, literally. So once I started to see stuff like that, I'm like, well, okay, none of that makes sense unless, of course, you live in an upside down world or an alternate reality. Is that alternate reality a shift in consciousness on the same plane, or is it a different plane and some of us got sucked into it? That's possible too. So yeah, he was in prison, but that was a given anyway, because they let him out and he became this great person. But that wasn't how I remember it. Yeah. Let's see. Brett says, just like Manson, that dude was really out there. Yeah. He was, by the way, Manson was part of, the Helter Skelter is actually, that's actually something they're still trying for. That was actually part of like a CIA thing. When you go back to that point in time, You get Timothy Leary and all these others that were passing out LSD. That was something the CIA was doing. Almost the entire, this is a subversive entity at this point, and it's completely corrupt now, unfortunately. It's turned on its own people, like most of everything in this country is now turned on its own people. But what was happening then with all the hippies and everything, it was a socialist movement, which is its ultimate goal, which was started long ago, was to subvert the Constitution of the United States and turn us all into some version of a colony back to Britain again, because England never would let us go. The Crown, the Bank of London, the bankers, right? They just kept pushing and pushing. That's why we have the Federal Reserve, because the Federal Reserve is essentially a bunch of independent bankers, mostly based out of the United Kingdom. And that goes against our Constitution. And everybody that tried to get us away from that, Lincoln and Kennedy and others, wound up with a bullet in their head, or several. So this subversive nature, and a lot of the hippies, a lot of people fell for it because, peace, love, and all that stuff. It had nothing to do with that. Yeah, he was scared. Let's see. Bleach says, they say our similar Earths could merge into one, hit Mandela effect. Yeah, Manson said everyone could be crazy, but he was scary. Yeah. Yeah, he was a scary individual, and probably very much influenced, because the whole helter-skelter thing, if you look into that, that really is a plot. That's actually a real thing. And they're trying to do it again. They tried to do it more recently with this nonsense, with, racism and all this stuff. And I've talked to Latinos and black people. I'm like, do you think it's systemic racism? They're like, no, maybe in the 60s, but not now. This is all done intentionally, everything that they're doing. Everything is all a lie, and it's all intentional, because they're trying to pit people against, it's the old divide and conquer. So what universe are we in? I don't know. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. There wouldn't be anything you could do about it, but what you can do, you can influence the life you have. And if you can recognize where all the bad people are coming from and why they're doing it, which takes study. It takes years of study to understand what the hell they're doing. If you can recognize that, the subversion runs so deep. It's in the music. That's another reason why I stopped playing music and stuff. It's not in all music, but it's in a lot of the music that's been out there for the past, 30 years or so, maybe longer. It's been out for a while. I was going to do a video on that, on the Devil's Chord, the Devil's Tuning. Rockefeller had it changed in like the 20s. And to the chagrin of a lot of European musicians, here it wasn't so hard because there wasn't as many, music aficionado authorities here. But there were in Europe, because that's, been around forever. And yeah, he tuned it to 440, which is not a proper resonant frequency for health in the human being. It's the wrong frequency. And why would you do that? Well, you do that because they're trying to get at us in every way possible. And they do it through music. They do it through the food. They'll do it through TV, videos, education, you name it, right? Bleach says, weird dude at the gym years ago. I said I could start a cult because I was a good talker. Yes, and that is another thing, too. They find people that are like that. And look at all the cults we've had. And so why would we have all these cults? My father, when he was a private investigator when he was alive, and he actually was one of the people that investigated Reverend Sung Young Moon and Jim Jones. And the reason you can do this is because people are lost. Like, we're all very moldable and flexible. And it's the same thing with this that happened recently. How did all these people fall for this and not question it? Because everyone was led up to this as time progressed, with words, with speech, with music, with everything, with the narration of life. And I've had conversations with people, and I'll give an example of a friend of mine that I occasionally talk to, but not so much anymore. His father was an educator, and he admired his father because his father was a very good person. He was a good man. But he was a liberal and very deep. And so he became a liberal because he admired his father. And the problem with that is that when an ideology is not aligned with reality and it's doing something inappropriate and dangerous, people look at their parents and the other people that they love and they say, it can't be true. I love my father. I love my parents. They were good people. How could they? What you're telling me is I'm wrong. I'm like my parents. How could they be wrong? F you. They just won't let go. And their minds are bound. And the Bible says, and this is to quote the Bible a little bit. I mean, I can't quote it well. But what happens is two things. The first thing is the mind becomes seared. It's like when you sear a steak, like to lock in the juices. Yeah. Well, as the Bible explains it, it's the same thing. You have to be careful with this stuff because your mind will first become seared. And that means that you will reject any new information and you won't be able to tell the difference between new information that may be true, old information that may no longer be true or not accurate or incorrect. And if you keep going down this path, what you wind up is a reprobate mind. And that is the absolute worst thing, which is what you see today in people that are prancing around, literally doing some, to be in a school or in a library and teaching little kids about Satanism and, I have a little cut. Wait, hold on. I'm going to play this little cut. Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. This is funny. Okay. Some of this stuff is so bad. So before I get to anything else, I want to see this. I want you guys to see this. Let me see. Weird dude at the gym. This is Brett says, heard an interview with Manson in '86. Yeah. He was led to this. Let me see. Is this it? Let me just cue it up. Yeah, this is one of them. Hold on. Let me stop it. Okay, now let me put this up. This is a quick one.
These are cute. They're sparkly.
Hey, kid, come here. I know that you're into all this girly crap right now, but did you ever think about changing your gender?
My mom says I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
I'm not a stranger. I'm your pal, Bullseye the Target Dog. And it can be our little secret. We don't need to tell your mom or dad. So what do you say? Come on over here for a little gender-affirming care. Snip, snip.
Mom!
Ah, jeez, I got a vamoose. There you are, kid. Your mom ain't around anymore, is she?
No, she's looking at throw pellets from the Magnolia collection by Chip and Joanna Gaines.
Good. We got plenty of time. I see you looking at Barbie dolls. Are you heteronormative?
I just like girl toys because,
Ah, bigot, eh? I see how it is. Here, take some puberty blockers. You'll be playing with G.I. Joes in no time.
Mom!
Oh, no, not again. I gotta make myself scarce. Sayonara, kid. Oh, hey, little girl. You like candy? I'm a family-sized bag of M&Ms. Perfect for the whole family. Come on over here and sit a spell. Just pick up the bag of candy and we can talk about your gender identity.
Bullseye, it was you all along?
Ah, crackers. Foiled again. I would have gotten away with it, too, if it weren't for me telling you to pick up the candy bag. All right, this one's on me. Anyway, why don't you check out some chest binders in our Pride collection? They're right next to the tuck-friendly swimwear and the great new book, The Hips on the Drag Queen Go Swish, Swish, Swish.
Mom!
Oh, no, I gotta skedaddle. Hey, Black Little Mermaid, step on it.
Mom, he was following me around the whole store. I never want to go to Target again.
Now, dear. Bullseye the Target Dog isn't even real. He can't hurt you.
Uh-oh.
Aha! I just caught you watching the Fascist Babylon Bee YouTube channel.
I got another one. Hold on. I'll put that one up in a minute. So, let me just mention, so that was pretty bizarre, right? It's a quick little one. So, gender-affirming care. So, a child can, in some states like California, if you have a child and they decide, because they're being influenced by educators in the education system, if they decide that they want gender-affirming surgery or care and you're a parent, it's illegal for you to stop them. And that's coming to a state near you or your state. Can you imagine that? So here's a child that in many cases, they go back to almost birth. They'll tell you some of these kids know that they're not the right gender. Kids are they try all kinds of different things. That's what a human being does. They try stuff out. But you're talking about a kid that believes in Santa Claus, that they're going to tell you knows that it's not a girl or a boy, or it's some other version of the, I don't know, God knows how many variations that they claim that exist. This is beyond seer, right? This is a reprobate mind that thinks this way. And there's no logic. If somebody begins to think down that road, there's no logic or rationale that you can have with an individual that thinks this way. They're done. They're seared, and now they're reprobate, because it's actually child abuse. There's a lot. If a child actually does feel that it may be a homosexual, lesbian, or something like that later on, there's other ways of dealing with it. But putting chest binders on it and sending it off to school, I can't even, So Miley Cyrus, so now she's a Satanist, so is her father, right? And they have definitely sold out. The problem with being attracted to something like that is again, this is a pathway that going down, because if you're like that, you're going to like a lot of the other things that the other side has to offer, right? And this is all to trick the mind and the soul and your spirit, and it'll entertain you and make you happy for a minute. But what ends up happening with a lot of this stuff is that on the other side of it is depression. It is sadness. It is because the human beings know, sort of in a weird way, right from wrong, but we're convinced through social agendas, through all this social construct. All of those actors and actresses and musicians, they're not. I mean, she twerks on stage. She was essentially comes up through the whole Disney thing, where they screw with these kids, right? They're all sexually abused. They're all of these people that are in these organizations, they're all pedophiles, and they're Satanists, and they abuse these people. And then they go out and they perform, and they're trying to get everyone else into this too. And now they're trying to pass laws for it. So, let's see. Yeah, she smoked a lot of weed, which changed her voice. Well, she also got older. When I had a breakdown, I wanted. Brett says, back in the day, Miley sounded like a girl. Now she's like Mikey's son. Yeah. Well, and it's all the sick behavior. I would stay away from that stuff. Absolutely. Literally, if it's secular, the sad part is what I've come to find out is that if it's secular, it's probably something you don't really want to involve yourself in. It sounds sad. It sounds kind of weird, but all of the music, I don't know if you know this, but this has been true for a long time, especially in the 60s and 70s. They still do this. When an artist goes to make an album, right, they create a master. Doesn't matter whether it's a master tape or back in the day it was a master record. And all of the main record labels do this. They bring it into a room, and they bring in Satanists and witches, and they pray over it, and they put a spell on it. Now, if you don't believe me, you might want to go look in. There's a room in the United Nations where they pray to the black box, and the black box is the black box of Saturn. That's Saturnalia, and they have a room in the United Nations. So all of this is all very old occultic behavior, and it's been in the entertainment and social construct system for a very long time. And at one point, it was purged. It was purged. A couple of times it's been purged, but it's back, and people think it's just a normal part of life. Well, yeah, it's a normal part of life if you want to be a Satanist. So it's really bizarre, but yeah, Bleach says, I wanted to give my heart to the devil and soul to Jesus, though it would help me balance my life. Yeah, but you can't do that, right? You can't split the thing up. That doesn't make any sense. But what you're looking for is not to balance your life. What you're looking for is to live the life that you were intended to live, whatever that is, right? So when I was dying, I'll just give you a quick one here. Hopefully I don't make it too long, but I'll share a personal thing. I was dying and I was laying in the hospital, and nobody was there. But I was in good company because I was in a dark room with all these technical people with all these hoses and meters, and they were all dying. And I was like, okay, well, here I am, Lord, I'm in good company, and if you want to take me, I'm pretty much good with it. I mean, I'd like to live a little bit longer, but I got my daughter, and there's not a lot you can do about it because that day's on the calendar for all of us. So I heard, you don't hear voices. You don't, I don't hear voices whenever I hear the big spirit, the big guy. It's like a knowing. And I kind of, we'll just say heard, but I was asked the question, what do you want? Now, I had studied Christianity for a long time, along with many other religions, and I was around a lot of what I call Jesus freaks. And these people were so into revelations. And I'm like, you're missing out on the whole Bible. I don't know why you don't read the rest of it, but they were so fixated. And the thing that I got from them was that they were always trying to save their own ass. The reason why they were so into all of that was that they wanted to be in line for the big, thing going on in the sky somewhere when that day came, like when they died or when the big event came, like they wanted the big, big Benihana in the sky. And I always thought that was selfish. Like if you're like praying is begging, and a lot of that behavior I saw was just trying to save their ass, which is selfish. It's hubris. And hubris and ego is one of the things that got Lucifer kicked out of the big heaven. So you want to be careful of that. That's not the purpose of why we're here. So when that moment came for me, I thought, well, what do I want? Well, I'm not going to dump out this big long scroll list of my to-do list, my bucket list, because that's hubris. That's ego. If you're standing before the Lord and he's like, so what do you want? You don't like unfurl this gigantic thing. Well, Lord, you can't take me in because I'd like to do this and this and this and this and this and this and just go on and on and on and on. You can't do something like that. And of course, my daughter wasn't well. She was struggling, and that was a given. Okay, so of course I wanted her to be better. That was just, I was already working on that. In fact, I had left the hospital with her and at one point went back to the hospital because I couldn't help myself. I was not well. I was really sick. So you don't ask for that stuff. And the first thing that came to my mind was that the people that are going to be working on me, I know that they're professionals and they're schooled and all that. But what I asked is that they would be in such a way, I didn't have words for it, but in such a way I asked that they would be interested in me and in saving my life, and that they would, because with any job, right, you could be really good at a job, but there's these days where you show up at your job and you're just like here for another day, and it's just another person coughing up blood, and it's another person with a heart attack. I asked that they just had interest in their job and in their skills, and that they understood how powerful they were, that they had this wonderful skill, and that they should be interested and proud of themselves, and that they would be interested in me in whatever they were going to do. And whatever was going to happen from that was going to happen. And that was really what I asked for. The rest is not up to me. Okay? So, let's see. Says, I know I'm a bit crazy, but not Charlie crazy. Yeah. Which says, my back is better. I asked God to take it away. I did the same thing. When you have back pain. Yeah. And Brett says, speaking of Charlie, Arch, my cat gained another 1.5 pounds since Dr. Friend put him back on the steroids. Yeah, steroids will do that because I go through that with my dog. Although we checked his weight. He's like 87 pounds, and they were like, he's in good shape. I used to think, Bleach says, I used to think it might be in the Illuminati, probably fever dreams. What's in the Illuminati? All right, there was one more I wanted you guys to see. Let's see if I can find it. It's right here somewhere. I saw it the other day, but that's that one. That's it. I'm just going to click on a couple of things. You're going to hear some noises. What is it?
Story.
Yeah. This is it. Hold on. This is funny. Speaking of, story hours.
Every time we hold one of these story hours, I'm just so proud of our inclusive, accepting community. There's a lot of closed-minded people out there who don't like it when we bring in our fabulous, dazzling performers to read to the kids. But I think it's so important for them to learn to have an open mind at such an early age. Ooh, here comes our guest speaker now, kids. Now, they might look a little bit different than what we're used to, but let's remember to listen, learn, and accept them for who they really are.
Well, hello, children! I'm the Prince of Darkness Rim, and I'm here to read you a fun little story about love and tolerance.
Oh, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. When I get to see the looks on their faces, you know, get to see them start questioning traditions and values they grew up with. When I get to see the wheels start to turn, like that Satan guy. You know, he isn't the devil like my parents told me he was, you know? Well, I mean, I am the devil, you know, I guess, but you guys...
Satan!
Anyone know what this fabulous symbol means? You.
That represents God's promise.
Yo, you get out of here!
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we get our
And
share
they
of
stole it.
protesters. Every community has its bigots.
Yeah, those protester guys, you know, they're the worst. It's actually pretty hurtful, you know? I come all the way up here, and I give out of the evilness of my heart to share with these kids and convert them into dark disciples of the occult, damning their souls for eternity. But some people just have hate and bigotry in their hearts.
This is exactly why kids in our country can't read good. What are public libraries for? If not for opening young minds, reading, doing some arts and crafts, summoning the Lord of the Underworld to consume the souls of the young. Hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan.
Oh, come on, stop. Oh, stop.
All right.
Why'd you stop?
What? Oh no, I didn't pressure him at all. He said the cutest thing to me the other day, completely unprompted. He said, "Mom, why are some people so blinded by their traditional social mores that they can't accept alternative lifestyles and differing
he
points
said
of
that.
view?" Isn't that right, Hunter?
Can we go home now?
Don't ruin this for me, little.
That's dry humor.
Oh, what kind of books do I like? Oh man, I'm an avid reader, of course, you know. I like Harry Potter, obviously, though I have not been a fan of J.K. Rowling as of late, you know. The Twilight series. 50 Shades. Spacey. Girl Wash Your Face. Oh, I love that. Stop Apologizing. Every op-ed by David French. The Da Vinci Code. That's a little old, but I like it still. Most of Stephen King's latter day works. Animorphs.
Were you just watching?
All right. Come back. Let me catch up. Let's see. I don't know what the Illuminati has to do with it. My YouTube lives. I have trouble watching them when I was high. I was a bit out there. Brett says, need another dip. It's Red Seal fine cut with the green. You know, I actually got to order some. I want to order some like different tobacco. I get mine from the Indians, but I want to get something a little bit different. Because that stuff is just, it's good, it's okay. It doesn't have all the additives in it. But I'm looking for something different. Socorro de la Torre. Laugh out loud, he says. That's a cool name. Welcome to the channel, bro. Brett says, get behind me, Satan, on Team Jesus. Yes, well, that's what Jesus said. The devil has been in me for years. When I was 7, I went to church, but still was not sit still. And they say I was possessed by the devil. Weird thing to say to a child. Yeah, my ex-wife is definitely possessed. I saw it. I saw it many times. And she actually hangs out with this really nice woman. She's like in her late 80s. She's a black woman. She's a Jehovah. And she's such a sweetheart. And you might say, well, the Jehovah, okay, yeah, you could argue over a lot of religions out there, but there's issues with all of them, any organized religion. And I don't want to knock one or say one is better than the other, but there are people that have kind hearts, and it's easy as a human being to be misled. So I cut a lot of slack here on this. If your heart is kind, and you might get some stuff wrong, but if the heart is there, it's better to be with somebody like that than somebody that is not whose heart is soured or cold or whatever. And I think she needed some of that. I wish she was doing it years ago. Maybe it would have saved the marriage, but because I saw a lot of stuff that was very unsavory, and you can see these people spit fire, and that's not normal, right? To me, that's not normal behavior. Something drives that. Brett says, I chew the cheap shit. Shoal. Yeah, it's like $6. That's what we used to do. We used to do that in Backwoods Smokes when we were like, hanging out back in the day. Let's see. Red Skull. Yeah. Johnny Bravo, what's up? He says, hey, buddy, didn't know you were on tonight. Just a quick shout out and let you know I'm in the process of fixing up my old 80s vintage snapper in storage for 30 years. Oh, totally. I want to see that. I totally want to see that. Yeah, we're going to get to some snappers in a little bit. Let's see, how much time do I have left? I got a little bit of time left. But I want to, before I get the other stuff, I want to show you guys how crappy, before I get completely off track, because I could go on and on about this other stuff for a long time. But the world is designed to screw us up. And that's to take away your power, right? And keep you confused and on medications. And by doing that, right, by keeping us confused, we can never unite together. We can never understand who is the real enemy screwing us over. Let's see. Socorro, you got a question, sir? How do I keep the oil and gas smell away when I'm working on mowers? Oh, that's a tough one, fellas. You guys have any ideas? First thing is don't spill it. Oh, my God. The oil isn't so bad. It's the gas. It'll stay on your clothes and stuff for a while. The best thing is just don't spill it. Like on yourself or anything, or on the rags or whatever, and keep that stuff away. Bravo says, first part of my Tresto is now up on my channel a couple of days ago. Cool. Let's see. Just take a quick look here. Did I hold on. Let's start DuckDuckGo. Hold on. Make sure that I'm on your YouTube. Let's see. Let me bring you over here. What does it say? Where is my... Right, hold on, I'm up. Am I? Hold on. Let me show you, fellas. Before I get into one of my tangents. So I subscribed a while back. But here's Johnny. Here's Johnny. Yeah, ooh, nice. Let's do a quick look. Ah, the reveal. It's in there somewhere. Where is it? What's on the floor? Oh, nice tires.
Projects. My daughter's little pit bike.
Cool. Craggers.
This is my next project.
Oh, here we go. Look, Bleach.
This thing has been down here for, oh my gosh, 25 years, sitting right there in that spot.
Wow.
At least it's been protected, so.
Make sure the volume's up. Yeah, it's up.
Got a new battery ordered for it.
Let me bring up the volume.
But we'll see.
And crank the volume up a little bit more. How you can get it out of there? Nice.
I get my son to come over and help me move it out. Hopefully Tuesday night, after I get my little car fixed and out of the garage.
Wait, I'm a snapper guy.
This one is next.
There we go. It's out in daylight. I was going to show Bleach's one, but with since you mentioned it, we've already been on Bleach's channel, but we haven't been here, so we got to go here now. That's nice. There we go. We're going to see it cleaned up. It's in good shape. Oh, I can't wait to see it dusted. Yeah, let's see. We'll go forward a little bit. Make that sound stop. Let's take a peek at it. Oh, it's got that sound. Wow. It did clean up nice.
It doesn't look too bad for a 40-year-old mower.
There's air in the tires.
Pushing 40 years. I'm not actually sure of when this thing was made. There's probably a tag on this somewhere with a manufacture date on it. I don't know where that would be.
All right, I got the volume up all the way.
But when I get down to cleaning everything, I probably will find it.
It's in beautiful shape.
Maybe down in that area somewhere. I don't know. But I'm curious to how big the mower deck is. I know the 10 horsepowers are like 30 inch.
28, 30 maybe?
And it is... Oh no.
Yeah, probably 28-ish. Could be less than that?
I'll measure it when I get it stood up.
Go from underneath and measure it.
First thing I'm gonna do.
I'm talking to him like he's there in the video. Yeah, the tires have air in it.
Hopefully this is big enough to do that.
Fred says he's got a Craftsman pressure washer too. Leach says the chain is getting ready to snap on my snapper comment. I just finished fixing. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, they're getting old. Kind of like me. I'm getting old now. Yeah, it's going to be stuck on there a little bit. Whoops. Good thing there wasn't oil in that. That would have sucked. Not like I haven't done that. Robin says, they used to sell some stuff at Walmart that is made for the removal of smell of gasoline. Yeah, I mean, that's like a thing. Maybe they have something there to remove the stink. Because once you get it on something, it takes a while. The best thing you can do is just make sure you have shop clothes. You know, and take them off. Go in the shower. See, the nice thing is I have the shop out here, so I never got in a lot of trouble because I could leave the stink outside. I have a thing I put my clothes in so the spiders don't get in it. You know, it's like a big bag. And I change out here, you know, whenever possible. It's better anyway, because half the time it's like if I do cut the lawn and everything, I got, you know, bugs on me and spiders and ticks, and they're just all over the place. Yes, that's the worst. That old gas is absolute stank. Yeah, let's see if we can go a little further up. We get the oil out. Oh, he made a mess. Let's watch. Hold on. You know what you gotta get? I have it on my Amazon thing. It's that wraparound funnel thing. You gotta get your tray underneath.
Oh, well.
I want to get one of those. It's like a former funnel. I have it in my wish list. Lee says, I'm so wired, I hope I have a good sleep. It says, nothing can cover that odor like skunk spray. It's bad, I know. I actually have a jar of it here. It's the stank jar. That's classic mower from back in the day. 30-inch snapper rear engine rider with the skinny rear tires. Yep, that's Robert. He's getting some of it. Let's go forward. No, not like I haven't made a mess. That black oil, too.
I think it's pretty well.
Here we go.
And,
Oh, he needs a little air in that rear tire.
thing up.
Oh, it's jammed. Yeah, they get jammed. Not like I haven't had that. That's how they usually get here. Whenever I have a machine, I have to take out my big tractor and with the lift I made on it and pick it up on the end that don't roll and move it around.
Maybe. I'm going to use my hoist to stand this thing up. That's that thing.
Yeah, the foil works good. You know, wait, hold on, let me see. While you guys are watching this, hold on, let me go. I want to show you the funnel thing. I'll set it up. I'll find it. Give me, because in case you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, because at the time I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's see, let me go to my wish list. Here it is. Let's see, here's the cheapest one that I found. It's not the actual correct stuff, but it's the cheapest one. Yeah, hold on. This is it. Okay, they have different varieties, but the actual original manufacturer, I have that one on my list too. But this is the cheap. Those are like almost $30. But this, you can form it, and you know, see, you can make it into like a funnel or whatever, and it's just really nice. It holds its shape. And you just wipe it off. Let's see, he's gonna hook this thing up. Here it comes. There we go. Oh, she's a little crusty. Oh my God, look at how black it is underneath the transmission area.
Now, how big is that blade?
You gotta get a close-up of that.
26 inches. Okay. 8 horsepower, 26 inches.
Does I like his truck too? There's a big insect over here. What is this thing doing? Nice.
On this, and
oh, good. We're going to get closer.
Because 35 years ago, or whenever I was using this thing, I hit something on this, and it bent that thing in, and it started hitting the blade.
Oh, look at the wings on the blade.
And I back over it and hit that.
Oh, my God.
And I'm no welder, but I tried to knock that thing back out, and it wouldn't come out very well. So I took a piece of round rod and just bent it around this, and then tack welded this to that round rod, and that stopped it from folding up on me anymore.
Yeah, that'll help.
So.
Yeah, that is
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, form a funnel. Yes, thanks, Robert.
The bellows are still there. They still actually look pretty good, don't they?
Yeah, that's black.
They're not broken. That's amazing.
Yeah, the original boots were much better. Oh, that reminds me too. This is done. Look right there. You go get it.
A little bit of play in that. I don't know if that's normal or not. That rubber wheel has been replaced, but it's split now. Split right down the middle, so that'll have to be replaced. Okay. I think the reason it wasn't going to roll is because flat spots. I don't know if I'll replace those tires or just get inner tubes for them. I'll make that decision later. I just wanted to take a look under here and see what there was. I think the next thing to do is to clean the gas tank out, put some oil in it, put a battery in it, and see if the starter will turn the thing over and see if it'll run. I hope so. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's a cool show. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm coming. I love Cold War motors. Hold on. These guys are cool. Hold on, I'm coming back. Walk away and take the lead. Don't find this thing. Let me show you guys, because remember this one, Brett was talking about this. That's a cool video. Check that guy. Check out that video, fellas. Let's see. This is the one I was talking about. This is the old Craftsman, right? Orville sander. And you know what? Like, the rubber is in great shape. Remember I was talking about that on that show that I did about the tools? The only bad spot is over here. So, like, the old rubbers, you know, material, they were so much better than anything we have today with the silicone crap. I don't know what's going on. But this still works, and I used it recently. I'm like, where the hell is this thing? It was underneath the workbench. It's heavy, though. This thing's heavy. Nice all aluminum. And, you know, there's only one setting, right? On, and, well, two, off. So, you know, some things you just can't beat. Even the pad is, like, decent, this pad. Let's get rid of this. What is left of that? I mean, it could probably use a new pad, but it's not in terrible shape. So, yeah. I love old tools. It's just, they're so good. That's heavy. That thing is heavy. Oh, catch up. Yeah, it'd be a great back massager, Brett. Bravo says, I did crank and run after the carb cleaning. Good. Is that video coming out too soon? Bravo? That would be nice. Get underneath there and just blast everything with the pressure washer and use some Super Clean, right? I'm big with the Super Clean. I love Super Clean. I just like everything clean. I don't want to touch it, you know. I'm doing stuff out of this shop here. It's my shop, and I want everything clean before I really work on it. I'm sick of filth and yuck in my garage and in my shop. I still want it making a mess anyway, but at least it's nowhere near. And you can see things better too, especially as we get older. Our eyes get a little bit beat. So if you're looking for cracks or things like that, something that might slip past you, if it's loaded up with junk, you're fighting that. And you know, if you try to clean it without actually washing it with a pressure washer, it's not clean. It just isn't. Bravo says, the mower is now completely disassembled. I have 3 hours of vid to edit down, to 30 minutes. Yeah, it's hard. You could have cut a lot out of that video, too. That's what I've been working on. And to that effort, I know I'm not going to get to everything because we're almost out of time. We have like another half hour, but we'll see. I wanted to show you guys some of my old, really crappy footage. And I wanted to get to... before I go to my video, I wanted to do some of Robert's stuff, but I don't know how much I'm going to get to tonight. There was one other fellow I wanted to show. Well, you know, I'll eventually catch up. There's always another show. Oh, let me find him. This was nice. And he gave me a shout out, which was nice too. So let me see if I can find this fella. Where are you? Here it is, Nighthawk Mower. All right, let me bring him up. Because he's working on a snapper. Since we're in snapper mode. Let's see, here it is. Snapper rear engine rider. Yeah, here we go. And he's working on something else there, too.
Yeah, I just wanted to share a quick video here. I had looked everywhere to figure out what was wrong. Snapper rear engine rider. What was going on is you put it in first gear and it would like pop a wheelie. It was like so fast. And and I couldn't figure out what was going on. You know, there's like no way to adjust these things. So I did a lot of research and whatnot. I couldn't find anything, so I found this, and I just want to share it with you. Now, this is a work in progress, so the boots need to be replaced and stuff like that. I just needed to find out why it was taking off so quickly. So, there's the friction disc right there. It's brand new. And what was going on when it would contact the drive, it would take off. I mean, breakneck speed. It was really weird. But it turned out what was wrong is this whole assembly was loose. So it would move back and forth like this, but in this kind of fashion. Back and forth like this. So what I did was I looked at everything. I have another one. It's mine. That's been all rebuilt. And I just never ran into this, so I wanted to share it. This center bolt right here was what the problem was. This was almost completely loose. And I just thought that was, you know, I'd never seen that before. So I wanted to share it. If your rear engine snapper rider was giving you that issue, I just wanted to let you know. Now how you would tighten this, since this boot is ripped, it's going to be replaced, but just stick a adjustable wrench on that, and then come over here with a 15/16 and tighten that down. Once you tighten that down, it works perfectly. No more taking off. It absolutely works great. And I want to thank Archie's Garage, Archie, for helping me out, you know, being my springboard to run ideas off of. Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy.
You're welcome, brother. So what he was describing, we cancel that. That's another good show. Hold on. Let me bring me back. So what he was describing, I'll get to you fellas, I'll read that in a minute. We were going back and forth for a while, and it was like during the day, and I was still trying to work, but he kept hitting me up, and he was describing the thing was like launching forward and popping wheelies, and I gave him some ideas, and I'm like, it shouldn't do that. Like, it's good that, like, he's like, I replaced the wheel. I think he said it replaced the wheel on that, the rubber wheel. Like, geez, it really shouldn't do that. I'm like, something in that clutch area is not right. And he did fall. I said, you know, check your cables, all that other stuff. And I explained to him how, like, when you pull it into neutral, as it pulls back, it lifts up so that the rubber wheel doesn't contact the drive wheel. But mostly, and I've often said this, like, sometimes you just need somebody to bounce ideas off of, to kind of talk, just to get your mind going, right? They may not really be able to fix your problem because, I mean, I can't see the thing, and I'm just throwing them out some things that I know that you got to check and you got to look at with these things. And I always say check for tight. You know, I say that a lot. Check for tight. You know, check everything, make sure it's tight. And just that, like, helping bounce off some ideas and everything, I think is what really kept him focused on it, because he was almost like ready to give up. I'm like, no, it shouldn't be doing that. Something's not right. It seems like everything is basically working, but, you know, something's sticky or something's loose or whatever. So that's something to watch out for, fellas, when you're working on these things. And they get older and things get weird, and you just kind of have to go through it all. So keep your eye out for that nut. I don't know if he took it off and he didn't tighten it. I think he said he replaced a wheel, but he also was working on another one. So, I mean, I may have even got confused as to which one he was referring to, because, you know, he's interested in this stuff. Let's see if we can catch up with you guys. Robert says, boot replacement on those mowers for sure. Fun job. Yeah, and I've got to do that on my snapper that's in the garage. It's up on its butt. And I had everything basically cleaned, and it just needs to be cleaned again and disassembled and polished up, and then new boots. And I've got the Briggs boots. Don't buy anything other than a Briggs boot. It's a pain in the neck to do, but like I said, everything should come apart. Everything is pretty clean. It works. I got it running. I have a video of my daughter driving it around. That's the last thing to do to it, and then all the mechanisms should be working. And I can put the blade on, but it needs some paint, right? The deck is getting rusty, and I don't want to leave it like that. It's inside, but it's in good shape. So I don't think I'm going to get to that this year. too many things going on, and yeah. But Bravo says, by the way, you and Jim Jackson have several shootouts and mentions in my recordings. Nice, thanks. Yeah, he's the guy that really, you know, he's like the king of snappers. He's just, you know, he's been through so many of those things. Oh my God, it's just brutal. I think he said he was like retiring from it. You know, I can't say I blame him much, right? Because he's been doing it for so long. Something in my eye. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys before I get out of here a couple of them. There he is right there. Here's Jim right here. Part 15, how can I install brake and whatever. Yeah, he's in the feed. He's in my feed. Let me go back to me and find... I want to find one of my older videos. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I'm just going to scroll down. I just wanted to show you guys one of them. Just absolutely horrible. Yeah, it doesn't matter which one. I don't have that many of those up. I'm scrolling here. Let me bring you in. What not to do, right? How not to make a video. Now, here's one. That one actually is better than some of the others. I want to find one of the real old ones. There was one I saw the other day. Here's one, the chainsaw service. That one's pretty bad. Oh, there's a nice old snapper right there. That was one of my first videos. That actually came out nice. I'm trying to think of the one that I was watching. It was just so terrible, and I really wanted to show it. Yeah, I'll definitely play one of your older videos, Bleach. Oh, let's see. It was one of these. Just trying to pick one. Yeah, we're going back into deep time. Deep time. Yeah, I think, like, this one actually does well. 26,000 views, which is a shame in a way because it's such a crappy video. Oh, let's see. I think this one might do it.
Because it's a slightly bigger pump. It has a lot of pressure. I think it's rated.
So you can see I'm in, like, let's see, what's my resolution?
You don't want to crush it.
Quality. It says 1080p, but that's not what it was recording. It was 720 maybe.
Good to take the plug out so you can turn it.
Let's see.
Much of this is different, so we're going to take some pictures of that.
The video
because if it has junk, mostly. Just a little bit of schmutz on that.
See, you can't really see what I'm doing. Notice the shakiness.
Heavy duty bearing.
I'm moving too quick.
So, you know, why Subaru? This is Japanese.
I've got the shades open, so glare is coming
heavy industry. Japanese heavy industries. Subaru.
I'm fussing with the camera on the stand.
So they're pretty serious, okay? Better than the Chinese shit. Be right back. I cleaned it out. All right, there's nothing in there, so I just dumped the oil. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put RTV on it and let it set, because it needs to set for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour,
that's
whatever.
So
while I'm taking apart the other motor, we're going to put our RTV on here, just with my finger. I lay a very light coat.
I'm sure.
Okay. Just a thin coat. We don't want it schmoozing out all over.
Arch, we can't see what the hell you're talking about.
So it's clean and it's ready.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's doing the job.
Still can't see, Arch.
But you have to modify use and age. It has an age, but it doesn't have a use and age.
Music's on in the background, Arch. It's competing with your voice. Why are you doing that?
But we'll know more when we get it.
Can't hear you.
We lift it up. So, it was just perfect.
Oh, boy, look at all the gacking,
and
man.
It just got boinked. And, you know, this head's probably impacted. So, we'll put that to the side. Maybe we can take a few more parts. I doubt it.
I'm getting sick.
I don't think you need
my God. Oh, adjust the camera and live.
We don't want to damage anything, but we want to get the bearing out. So, we're going to do this. And you can see it's already moving. Alright, so take yourself a hammer and a nice, I have a nice brass strip. Let me, so
it doesn't get any better. Oh, that's a nice shot, huh? Not enough light.
way
Can't see shit,
to
Arch.
fit on
Can't
that
see shit. Your
particular
arms in the way,
chassis.
Arch. Can you move
And I
your
may
arm
use
out
a
of the
different
way?
chassis.
Anyway, I think you guys get
But
the
this
idea.
chassis has... The beauty of this
Great
chassis
shot,
is,
Arch.
and we
That's
just
just
want to
great.
test it, is
See
it
your elbow and your arm. Good thing you're wearing a shirt, because otherwise we'd be seeing your hairy arm. You know, it's like Biden says, I got hairy legs. Oh, I got hairy legs. And he told the whole story about, Biden told the whole story about his hairy legs. And everybody wanted to rub his hairy legs. Oh, jeez. This is what I'm saying. So, yeah, a clean, yes, thank you, Robert. A clean mower is a happy mower. And Brett says, looks like my chain grinder video. Right. Yeah. Leach says, be careful of the music he uses. Yeah. Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I think I was telling my friend Oosh the other day, he's like, well, what do you mean, like, making a better video? I said, well, one of the things I learned, which I'm still learning, is if you want to make a better video, stop doing bad stuff. He's like, well, duh. I'm like, stop making mistakes. He's like, well, duh. I'm like, yeah, but you don't realize it, okay? Because if you've never really done video work before for YouTube or whatever, trying to create a channel, well, what the hell do you know? All right. I mean, you set a camera up and you're like, okay. You can't really see anything. You don't really know what's going on. I was just using a crappy cell phone. What I used before that was a really crappy camera. And it was horrible. But what made it worse was me. And there was a couple of people that wrote in and said, you know, the content's okay, but your camera work is horrible. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's just terrible. The bad thing about that, like leaving up videos like this, is that you only get one chance to make a first impression. So somebody comes to your channel, it's their first time, and they happen to come to an older video, something that's crappy work like this. And they may watch it because it might be something in there, but you're making them sick, you're pissing them off. And now they will not come back to anything else on your channel because, well, what you showed them is the first thing. You said, look, I'm this really horrible guy. I'm this really horrible camera guy. My lighting is all wrong. I'm going to take you on a roller coaster ride. And that's all they're thinking of. I mean, we all watch YouTube. What would you think? Now, there's a certain amount of it you can tolerate. You know, in the old days, we were more forgiving. But look at what's out there today. And let me catch up. Amen, Robert. Brett says, I almost started singing Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears during one of my videos. Yeah. Some of the stuff I caught the other day on YouTube is that YouTube is going through a change again. I think what happened, people are watching less social media. And I think what happened was, well, first of all, when YouTube and stuff like that first came out, right? That is a good song. Everybody was like trying to get their hands on it and watch it and stuff. And there wasn't that many people doing it. He says now, they were saying, and they know the statistics because some of the people I watch are into this. They get paid a lot of money to know this shit. And he says now there's way more people doing social media, putting up content than there are people that can actually watch it. And there's this like glut. So the competition is huge. When this first started, YouTube was trying to encourage long content. And one of YouTube's dreams was to actually go after Netflix, in a sense, because Netflix was coming out and was new, which is long form content. And YouTube was hoping to be analogous on some level to that they saw that as a great model. It wasn't their model. And they thought, well, if we could get better bandwidth and make things better, we could have people do more long form content. Longer video means more advertisement, means more revenue for everybody. And by the way, back in the day, they used to pay YouTubers very well. Very, very well. So long form content was a thing. As now as you see everything, people have lost their attention span for like 3 seconds. And it's short form. But even that is starting to burn out. And I think part of the problem was this, right? So this is speculation. So the novelty of the beautiful phones, like it's hard to watch anything on a phone. Back in the day, people were watching more on like monitors and stuff, like when I'm here at the command console, and they were watching on a laptop and whatever, and a PC. And then it became all of this nonsense, all right? So you can't really watch anything properly on something like this, especially if you're doing like an educational or how-to like I do. Even with the close-ups, it's very hard for all of us to get constant detail in the shots without being professionals and laying out a full shot list, right? And rehearsing it and then monitoring it on something else or looking on a small monitor and going, did I get that shot? Am I in focus? So we don't, we're YouTubers, right? Who the hell's got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that. So I think what may have happened over the years with things changing, people using phones and smaller tablets and what have you, if like people walk around down the street and they're looking at this, they're driving and they're looking at this, they're always on it. But people started to get burned out. And I think during the lockdowns, right, people had all this time. And what they were doing with a lot of it was they were watching YouTube and they were binging. And you come out of that and people are like, well, I want to go do something else now. I've been doing this for so long. I'm sick of it, right? Let me go do something, actually do something, which is good. Okay, that's a good thing. And YouTube and other social platforms have seen the hit. There's all these new contributors with new technology and new ways of doing it and being very professional and editing. I think you guys will see it soon. I just did a green screen. Let's see a quick little green screen thing. I'll show you this. Now, the difference between what I did here back in the day, and let me show you something real before I head out. You got to go find it. Hold on, I gotta go find it. Let's see. I know I put it up on YouTube, but I'll just see if I can find it on in my content over here. So it definitely changes, and what we're all looking at now, and I'll get to this more in a minute. Let me just focus on finding. Yeah, here we go. All right, I'll cue it up. Hey, everybody. All right, so this is kind of neat. There we go. Okay, so you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Look what I found. See if we can get you to see it. There is a little piece of junk. A little piece of carbon or something that has jumped between the two electrodes. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but there's just a bit of junk in here. Let me take a closer look at this, and we'll clean out this plug and check for a spark in a bit. Okay, just to show you fellas how I like to do it. So the top comes right off, like I said. It's just those 3 bolts, right? And for me, it's easier. I can check it with my drill head. It's just a spark in a bit. And talk more about something. You see it. Weird. There's nothing wrong with it. See if we can get electro. Just a bit of junk in a bit. Am I missing it? Okay. Check it with my motor when I want to start these engines. That's not good. Hold on. Something went wrong. What happened? Did I not say that? Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm sorry. So what I did, so the segment you just saw, all right, I edited. Now, let me show you the edit I did. I just showed you version 1. All right, check this out. There we go. All right, so I did an edit on this. So I zoomed in more. See if we can get you to see it. There is a little piece of junk. A little piece of carbon or something that has jumped between the two electrodes. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but there's just a bit of junk in here. Let me take a closer look at this, and we'll clean out this plug and check for a spark in a bit.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Okay, just to show you fellas how I like to do it. So the top comes right off, like I said. It's just those 3 bolts, right? Close it. Let me come back and catch up to you guys. So let's see. Love that song. Robert Bell says, I need to get my own snapper rear engine rider back. I missed my 1985 extra tough 28-inch high vac. I remember that one. Johnny says, back in the day, we didn't have the very powerful editing software like Shotcut and all. Now we have that and DaVinci and several others for free. Yes, that's what I'm using. Brett says RC12YC. He laughs. He goes, love it. Right. So I got Vinny in there. Did you see how I shot that? I put Vinny. Now I could have got rid of that little bit more of that green, and I could have done a better job, but it got my point across. Right. It was just fun, and I got better close-ups the second time around. That's all on DaVinci. I use DaVinci, and I want to buy it because there's features in there, and I got better cameras, and I try not to shake them, and I still am not making really good videos. Still not doing that. It's still something that it takes time, and the equipment can help, for sure. Yeah, but a lot of it is just you. It's what you do with the camera and what you say, and that's really more of it. Now, I enjoy playing around with all of this stuff, as you can see. I mean, who's got the command center? By the way, one of the monitors freaked out. The whole thing freaked out the other day, and I had to like decouple the whole system because this A10 Mini over here freaked out, and it causes a ground loop and it causes problems. Things happen, but you have to be tech savvy to be able to deal with it. So, and it takes time away from your job and everything else, but it's part of the hobby. And I often say that what I do on YouTube and what I do for a living, they're very similar. Like they overlap each other, and it's part hobby and it's part job. And sometimes I get confused as to which one is which. Which is a good place to be. It's just there's not a lot of money in YouTube. So how do you get to be better at YouTube? Well, what I want to focus on now is titles and thumbnails because I suck at it. The rest of the stuff I'm getting better, and I've been picking at things as I go. But no one will watch your video if you have a lousy thumbnail and a lousy title, because they won't click on it. YouTube won't know where to put it because the title is wonky or too long. And because people are more discerning now, and this is what I wanted to get to, they are very discerning. We all are. We don't even realize it because we're looking at quality. Even just this live is better than the work I just showed you. Even just the live. And I'm playing other people's videos that are much better than what I showed you of mine, right? So we're, in the years that this has been going on, at the point we're at now, is if you want to be a YouTuber, one of the fellows said that if you think you're going to make a living on YouTube, think again, right? It's very hard to do, because the competition that you're up against, you have to do so many things right, and then you have to understand your audience, and you have to understand the YouTube algorithm, and there's just a lot to do if you want to try to make money. And I think the cool thing is that there's money there to be made. The way I see it is, since I don't have a lot of money, really don't have any money, I'm broke because of the divorce and everything else, and the fact that, well, for everyone, all of us, everything is getting ridiculously expensive. And I said this before, it's kind of like where if you could be better at YouTube and you can make a little bit more money at YouTube, you can then take that money, some of it at least, and put it back into your YouTube gig. Maybe a better stand or a microphone, or, I'd like to be able to buy this software, DaVinci, next year. That would be nice. I would really enjoy that. You could put it back into what you're doing, and you could make a better presentation for the people that are watching it, because, they have so many other options to watch. And their first impression is literally within the first minute or less. And that's if you've got a good thumbnail and a good title. Because if you don't have a good thumbnail, a good title, like I have a bunch of videos I just did, they have like 100 and change, a couple hundred views. It can take up to 10 months, even if you get the title and the thumbnail right. And so you could be waiting 10 months to a year before your video really gets any traction, if it gets any at all. That's you want to put your best foot forward for sure. So that's what I'm going to try and focus on this coming year is how I'm not good at all that. I'm good at the technical, right? I'm good at being an idiot. Titles and thumbnails, I'm going to pull out what's left of my hair, Brett says, if you like the song Radar Love by Golden Earring, I found a stripped-down acoustic version on YouTube. Nice. Nothing but drums, acoustic bass, acoustic guitar, and vocals. It sounded awesome. Yeah. There's so much stuff out there. I get lost in YouTube land. But I realized that the quality of everything has gotten so much better. The presentation has gotten better. I mean, so many people that are out there on YouTube now are professionals. I don't care what they're getting paid. So for the rest of us, like, if you're trying to make a channel or build a channel, you really got to be thinking like these people that are really good at it. And some people say, well, they make it all about the money. And it's not all about the money. It's about creating. You're being creative, and it's about making something that somebody else is going to want to watch. Otherwise, why the hell are you doing it? You're just making excuses. Because if you're making something that gets kind of crappy and nobody watches it, I mean, listen, if you don't care, right? If it's just a hobby and you really don't care, okay, send it to your friends and family. Don't monetize it. And, you know, I have some videos that have been sent to friends and family. They're not for public consumption because I made them for friends and family. One day I might put them up. I don't think anybody will care. They don't fit the genre. I do certain things that I don't really care about the money, whether or not they hit or not, because there's certain things that I like to do either for the followers, right, for all you followers, or just for myself, and I want to put it up there. It's not that I don't care. I don't want to say it like that. But if it doesn't become popular, it doesn't matter because I didn't make it for that. But there are some that I do, like how-tos and other things like that, where I do think more like a business person because I've been self-employed for forever. And you develop a way of thinking and working and doing things. And, you know, you got to present yourself to your customer properly. You got to behave well. You got to give them something that is worthy of buying. You got to stand behind your word, your name, right, your handshake. Don't waste somebody else's time because we don't live long. And why would you want to screw somebody over and waste their time? Time is all we really actually have. Everything else could be taken away and we could be lost in a fire, like those poor people in Lahaina. You'd be lucky. Some of them are lucky they got out of there with their lives. All could be gone in a second. So time and our attention and our health are the most important things. And I'm going to sign out on that one, fellas, and be well throughout the week. And, you know, like a good creeper that I am, if I don't see you through the week, then I'll see you guys through the window.